The holiday season has brought in billions of dollars in online sales, and with that comes an increase in those dreadful porch pirates. About a third of people have had a package stolen from their home at least once. Tonight we're going 360 on whether porch piracy should be a felony crime. We see them all the time, captured on surveillance. Grinches trying to ruin Christmas, brazenly going up to homes at all hours of the day, even following trucks to steal those packages left behind. They work so quickly they can be hard to catch. Some police departments, including Aurora last year, set up bait packages with GPS to try and catch them, unfortunately to no avail. We know it's a federal crime to steal mail, but there's a huge loophole porch pirates are exploiting. That law only applies if what's stolen is mail delivered by the U.S. Postal Service.
The tricky part is that if somebody steals a package off of your porch that has been left there by Amazon or FedEx or UPS, there are loopholes in that law which has them, it gets them out of that federal crime.
Janet Huffer, the chief of staff and legislative liaison for the El Paso County Sheriff's Office, says in Colorado it is treated as a theft, usually a misdemeanor. Recently, legislatures in Michigan and Texas have passed new laws aimed at closing that loophole and giving more severe punishments to porch pirates. Here's how the Texas law breaks down. Someone who's convicted of mail theft can be sentenced between 180 days in jail to 10 years in prison. They face fines from $4,000 to $10,000. The punishment depends on the number of people targeted and also who was targeted. For instance, if they were taking advantage of the elderly or disabled. Repeat offenses are classified as felonies, and the law covers anything that has been dropped off or is being picked up by a common carrier. Lawmakers believe the harsher penalties could be a deterrent.
They are trying to give the consumer some more protections, but from a law enforcement perspective, we want deterrence to the crime, and deterrence usually comes in the form of some type of legislation that creates a punishment.
Huffer believes it's time Colorado caught up with the times. That sentiment is echoed by Michael Allen, El Paso County's senior deputy district attorney, who told us more about the penalties that local porch pirates may face if they're caught.
Typically, the value of items stolen is less than $2,000, so it's going to be usually a misdemeanor offense. Probably a misdemeanor, class 1 misdemeanor, which does carry punishment of 6 months to 18 months in jail, plus $500 to $5,000 fine.
Allen says Ring doorbells and other surveillance make it much easier to catch these crooks with clear pictures of their faces, cars, even license plates sometimes. He says that solid evidence makes the cases pretty straightforward, and January can be a busy month for this type of prosecution. He would love for Colorado to have stricter laws and harsher penalties for porch pirates, but isn't sure if our current legislature could get it done.
Over recent times, we've actually started decriminalizing theft. So I think it was 2013, we raised the level, dollar level, to get to a felony up to $2,000 or more to get to a felony. And I just don't see that this legislature would necessarily go backwards on that.
Criminal defense attorney Kevin Churchill says a law like this is probably inevitable, but says there can be downsides and explains why it may not happen anytime soon.
There will be arguments that the downside is going to be arguments along the lines of mass incarceration or the underprivileged being targeted by this more than those that have money.
And when it comes to federal mail, violators could face 5 years in federal prison or a $250,000 fine if delivered by the U.S. Post Office. But even then, postal inspectors mainly focus on the large-scale crime, and they rely on state and local police for smaller cases. And this is a year-round issue now. On our website, KOAA.com, we have a new Porch Pirate Hall of Shame. The more eyes on these crooks, the better. So here's what you do. First, file your police report. Then email news@KOAA.com with the subject line, Porch Pirates. Give us a link to your video and more information on what happened, where, and when. By the way, Huffer with El Paso County Sheriff's Office says after our interview, she spoke with the legislator who has agreed to introduce a new bill in 2020 aimed at addressing this very issue. We'll keep you posted. If you have an idea for a future 360, email 360@KOAA.com.